Sky Squad, we are back in the building, baby. I had a whole other video that I had already done, right? And then as soon as I was like exporting that thing, I said, whoa, Nelly, we got some Married to Medicine tea that just dropped. So the trailer for the mid-season has appeared online, and so we gotta, of course, react to it. Now, if you guys are familiar with how we do trailer recaps here, I can do them a couple of ways. Sometimes I do highlights, and then sometimes I will actually go through and we will discuss it, but in a way in which we are obviously giving honor to the YouTube guidelines. And so I do have to do a little bit of talking as we go through it. So let's discuss. And I think you're going to be interested in some surprises here, especially if you are a quad fan. So let's get into the tea, baby.
I wanted to bring you into my other holistic world.
So we did know, or we had heard that, Phaedra was going to be some type of Reiki healer or opening some type of Reiki practice. I'm assuming. Would you go to Phaedra for your healing? Let me know in the chatterization down below. Also, what I will say is when you look at this scene, it is very reminiscent of the promo for the Real Housewives of Atlanta when they went to Portugal for the healing as well. So I kind of feel like I don't like that aspect of it. I understand what they were trying to do, but it's just so similar. And so the first thing that we're going to see is what appears to be a beef between Sweet Tea and Dr. Jackie, maybe? Let's get into it.
Say anything you want to say, get it out.
You bitch.
Now, this will not be, I don't know if she was actually meaning that that's what she wanted to say to Dr. Jackie, because trailers can be tricky, right? But there is another tense moment between Sweet Tea and Dr. Jackie, or at least what appears to be Curtis. Now, Curtis comes up quite a bit during this. For those of you guys who have been asking, where's Curtis? Where's Curtis? Where's Curtis? Trust and believe, his time is coming, okay?
Let the energy flow.
So, of course, we're back to the Reiki session, right? Which we all know, these healing sessions, they never really seem to go very well.
You mad at somebody else, you stupid hoe?
You stupid hoe.
So we got Dr. Heavenly going at it with Dr. Simone, which is right on brand for this show, okay? Because we were wondering what was going to be the drama once Quad leaves, right? So we got to wait and see what happens. But this looks like to be when they are on their next cast trip, which their next cast trip is like to Hilton Head. Why don't they go out of the country? Like, I feel like you got these housewives, they be going out the country, but Married to Medicine, they got to go to Hilton Head. But Hilton Head is going to be an issue, okay? Trust and believe it's going to be an issue. All right, so let's get into it. Now, a part of me is thinking that they don't really have a budget for that because Phaedra, okay? That's just what I think. So, of course, after that, we get the intro, cute. Some little fun stuff with the ladies relaxing and maxing out by the pool, shooting some b-ball outside of the school. Obviously here, celebration, they got to do all the fun stuff. Hilton Head, again, notice Hilton Head. So you see a lot of what we see as vacation type stuff, right? Of course, they're talking about, this came up in the Potomac episode where they're talking about, I guess maybe the husbands maybe doing the urination station on them or whatever like that. Do y'all like to have the urination station on you? Let me know in the chat. I mean, I'm curious. Research purposes.
Golden shower.
Oh, the golden shower.
Why not?
I mean, why not? Let's get into it, you know?
Like, I'm the crazy.
All right, so here I think that this is what is going to be known as the Med Gala, okay? And so this is going to be an event that's going to celebrate, you know, obviously, you know, medicine and whatnot.
Medical community. Hi, Quad.
Quad is back.
She's back.
All right, so let's take that back a second. Now, I gotta go ahead and tell y'all something. We know that as far as the season goes, this coming up week episode, spoiler alert, all of this is spoiler alert, but let me just go ahead and put the banner up here. In this coming up week's episode, we're gonna see Quad sort of gets dismissed by the ladies. They're gonna go back. They're not gonna solve anything at the dinner. Quad is not really going to give them what I feel like they are wanting. I do feel like it's going to make them look a little bad or whatever. But then they're going to call Quad into, because they're going to, the Quad Brigade, well, I call it the Quad Crusade. Let's call it the Quad Crusade, basically. Is Dr. Heavenly, Dr. Simone, Dr. Jackie, Toya, and then Phaedra is added to the mix. Are all going to decide they're going to call Quad because nothing got really resolved at the dinner in the last episode. And then they're going to have her come to, I guess, the room. This is right after the dinner at the last episode. And I guess that's when they're going to let her know, like, we ain't got nothing for you, man. So with the Quad Crusade happening in this part of the season, it's going to be interesting to see because, as Carlos had said to Dr. Heavenly, that she is going to show up in the finale. So I'm assuming this is the finale because, you know, he said he heard that the finale was dry or whatever like that. And Dr. Heavenly confirmed that Quad does show up, but apparently it's not for but like the last 10 minutes because she was mad late. Okay. So maybe this is the moment right here. And so I'm hoping that if they're giving us this moment, that it's more than just this moment. Because if it's just this, keep it. I mean, if it's just that, if Quad's only role on the show is going to be as a opposite player to Dr. G and Sweet Tea, there's not really any conflict there because they're not really giving us anything. So to be honest with you, bring Quad back. If you're going to bring her back because she's out a value add, not because she's a plot point to their story. Does that make sense? Let me know if y'all feel me in the comment section down below. But she is indeed back for those of guys who are fans of hers. And of course, it's nice to see her.
I'm good. How are you? She's back. I think it's important for you to go to the sperm bank.
So there's some talk with Sweet Tea and Dr. G about, you know, she wants him to go to the sperm bank to check his sperm count. Okay. And of course, I don't know if she's going to bring that up to Dr. Heavenly, but somehow Dr. Heavenly's going to find
Make sure your sperm count is up.
I'm praying for you. Now your man shooting done.
Don't talk about my man. Y'all do know Arenze is right here, right?
I refuse to cut my nutsacks off.
You saying everybody else here don't got nuts?
Yeah.
So finally, it appears as though Dr. Alicia and her husband are getting into the mix, okay, on a few issues. So I'm glad we're finally seeing her being put to use because, girl, if you're going to have moved all the way down from the DC to Atlanta to be on this show, and then you got to play second fiddle in the background, I would be like, that's a waste of time, okay?
Your man seem real
Anti-American women.
So they're saying that Dr. Alicia's man seems real anti-American women. And I don't know if it's something that he's going to, obviously it's going to be something that he say. So we're going to have to see how that plays out.
Right. He's very opinionated, just like you.
She might got a little fire in her.
When you said Hilton Head, it was like I went.
You should have known.
Curtis's affair did not even cross my mind.
So was the affair down in the Hilton Head, or was that where they had already or was that where they went that year when they dealt with it? Let me know in the chat. I cannot remember. I got to go back and watch that season, baby, because it was everywhere. In fact, I might do that on my lunch break today. I might do that on my lunch break. I got a lot to do today, but I might have to go back and deep dive into that. Okay. Let me know in the chat. I cannot recall. Did he get caught in the Hilton Head, or is that where they went that season? And if so, why are they going back?
This is not about coming here to air dirty laundry on anybody.
Curtis is getting activated, baby. But Sweet Tea is too.
I think you should be in the hot seat.
See, I don't mind it, baby. I don't mind it because a lot of y'all be like, well, Dr. Jackie don't do nothing. Well, first of all, I do think she adds an air of, I think she makes the show marketable. They like her. They like her. But, I feel like a lot of people feel like she kind of gets away with not really getting involved in much of the chaos. And it looked like Sweet Tea might be pushing some buttons. And of course, this could be just the way the trailer is playing out. You never know. But I mean, I don't mind. Like, I feel like Dr. Jackie do need to be in the mix and more vocal sometimes.
Keep your ass away from my man.
I heard you in.
See, if you left it right there, you would think it was some problem, which is where they should have left it. Okay. That would have been juicy. But I think that they know that we the fans like comedy. So this is where that actually goes.
Invited her to your bed.
I did. For me.
So that's pretty much how it ends. I'm interested to see how the second half goes. Married to Medicine is a show that despite who you take out, they can usually make for a good show. Okay. Usually they can make for a pretty good show. So I'm interested to see how this plays out. And I really want to see how much in the mix Phaedra is going to be. Again, we know she's good for some side commentary, but I need for her to be all the way in it. And then the other thing that's interesting to me is to see how, we're seeing in real time in this moment, Quad is being ousted by the Quad Crusade. And then who's going to bring her back? Who's inviting her to the event? How is that going to play out? And we only see her for those 10 minutes. And I want to know, will they be keeping her in the credits on the episodes that she's not featured on? And then what would this mean for her next season? Will she be invited to the reunion? Because if not, what we really going to talk about if she's not at the reunion? Like, in my mind, she would be contractually obligated to be there if I were them, if I had her sign a contract. But I don't really know. You know what I'm saying? Or will they have to come out of pocket extra for that? I mean, because in my mind, if I was her, I'd be like, run me my money. Run me an extra, okay? Pay me for my pain, like Q said, okay? Because I do feel like, I don't know. It's interesting. Dr. Heavenly did say in her video with Carlos that clearly there was interest in keeping a relationship with Quad, but my question then becomes, what type of relationship? Is it just to bring in some drama? Because that does not necessarily mean a consistent paycheck. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section down below. Not sure if I'll keep this video up, mostly because, I'm always iffy about doing these types of recaps. So let me know while it's up what you guys think. If you're excited for the rest of the season, will you be watching without Quad? Will you watch now that she's coming back? Or do you feel still indifferent? Let me know. Subscribe to the channel if you guys haven't already done so, and I will catch you in the next video.